Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. So in the previous video, we talked about 38.2, and we also talked about the Fibonacci number of 61.8. So nobody has a problem with this. We all know where these numbers come from. All right, so let's go to the next phase. Again, the same stock. What we are going to be doing here is now we're going to be taking a look at uniform action at 69.1 and also at 30.9. Now, in the description, I'm going to have a link that shows where we get these numbers. So don't worry about this, but I can show you one way we do that, because there's more than one way to arrive at these numbers. And so what we do, let's take 38.2, divide that by 2. What do we get? We get 19.1. In fact, let's do this. Let's come here, take the calculator, and we're gonna do 38.2 divide by 2. We get 19.1. So let's take that off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 50 plus 19.1. What do we get? We get 69.1. That's one of the levels that we're going to be discussing here. All right, let's take 50. Minus, this time minus 19.1, and we get 30.9. So there you have it. These numbers are real. They are just variations of the same Fibonacci constants, and so we're going to take a look at those. And just for the hell of it, let's do one more, but let's leave this here. So 50 plus 19.1 equals 69.1, and then we also saw that 50 minus 19.1, you get 38.2. Let me show you another way you arrive at the same number, and it is multiplying 50 times 1.382, which is 38.2% above 50. You end up with 69.1 also. You end up with 38.2 when you take 50 and figure out what 61.8% is, and you end up with the same number of 38.2. In other words, 50 times 0.618 end up with 38.2. So we got two methods of ending at 69.1 and two methods at ending up with 38.2. Let's take a look at those numbers, and we're going to be taking a look, like I said, on areas where the chart showed uniform action, because this is what we are trying to use here. Uniform action generally tends to suggest that the market is saying something that we should pay attention, and let's take a look at those examples here. We have uniform activity above 69.1 and back below it for a short-term high here. You got uniform activity, in fact looks like three times it tried to move above 69.1 and was rejected. This is for the highs here before the subsequent drop. Here we have a little bit of a different wrinkle. We tried to move below 69.1, but we recovered back above it with uniform action. That was a re-entry, and the stock went higher. And here we have an attempt to move above 69.1, followed by immediate rejection with uniform action for the highs here. And of course, stock hasn't been back to those levels. Now here we have an example of double bottom support with uniform action during the lows here and here. The stock has never been back to those levels since then. And here again, we're talking about 30.9 uniform activity support during this double bottom support with uniform action at 30.9. Now, this is obviously oversimplification. You always want to take a look at other time frames. This is monthly chart data, but at the same time, it does illustrate what I'm talking about here. Is always be on the lookout for uniform activity around these two numbers, because uniform activity tends to suggest that there is a reversal in play. And that's pretty much the moral of this video, to explain to you that whenever you observe a stock showing uniform activity, support or rejection at these two numbers, you better be paying attention. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. Check the description for more on how we arrive at these numbers. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. ECS. Woo!